or asking a question. What must I do? What you have to do now, you are present. Many of you in Biafra land are asking a question. Is this what the DOS have come out with? We cannot give you all our strategies. Everything in this restoration of Biafra is stage by stage. We need to move on by the stage that the DOS have already put on the table. Janjaweed are locked down in the name of COVID. And you people are about with it for more than 2 months, and now we are come with our own. Every Monday, starting from the 9th of August, we have to lock all the total of Biafra land. Anybody that is not comply, take yourself as saboteur. And whatever that you see, take it the way you see it. The hour has come. When we protest, they kill us. When we didn't protest, they kill us. When we sit at home, they kill us. When we talk about Biafra, they kill us. What shall we do? The international observers is watching on us. And this is hour for us to do the needful. There's no time to waste. The people that we are voting, call them the governors, Igwes, PGs. They don't care about you people. And you people are still voting. Another election is coming. And that's the reason why these people adopted our leader. But many of you doesn't know. Because our leader said there is no election in Biafra land, especially in Amba, that's coming on November. And you people doesn't know. This is the hour for you to rise wherever you are. If you are in Biafra, you need to stand up right now. Even if you can lock Biafra land for 1 month and get Biafra in the next month. This is what you want. Even we that in the outside, we are not happy. There's many of us in America, many of us in Japan, many of us in many countries. They want to go home because there is no place like home. Biafra in Biafra land. Obey the command from the HOD. Obey the command from the DOS. Because whatever they are doing is directed from our leader. The reason why I'm making this comment, for those that are thinking they have power of their own, those market leaders, this is the hour for you to show us that you are in support in whatever that we are doing. Because if we didn't get Biafra this time around, honest with you, 1,000 years our children are going to suffer. The Janjaweed are planning evil plan against us, which many of you doesn't know, which many of you doesn't understand the way they are going. Believe me, we need to light up now. If not, 10 years of time, if we didn't get Biafra, you name in Biafra will be Musa, Ahmed, Mohammed, Ibrahim. This is their plan. Many of you have listened to the Yoruba man. The agenda that they're having to pose in the zoo called Nigeria. They want to convert everybody to Islam. But you people didn't see the light, hand lighting on the wall. So we are educating you people right now to stand up,
right,
arise, and support Biafra. So that at the end, we will come in glory. Then you can worship whatever you want to worship. If you're a Christian, you can, even if you want to sleep in the church, it's up to you. If you're a pagan, even if anything you want to worship, you are free to do so. But what we don't want is somebody to come and oppose something that doesn't belong to our forefathers on us. In the name of one Nigeria. We don't want it. Please.
Thank you very much.
Biafra land. Obey the instruction. Thank you, Mazi Kechuku.
Thank you very much.
I see the man Mazi Chidebe Chukwudobiukwu. from Oketiti in Anambra.
Well, thank you very much. Of course, this is where we will leave it. I had to take that call, unfortunately, because unfortunately he is
time to break loose from the chains. It's time for our freedom, Africa. Cause we can never let them negotiate our freedom, no. Hundreds of years is gone. No Messiah came for the black man. Told us that Jesus died for us, but the black man still they suffer. The truth be said, Africa will rise at the right time, and the time we're waiting for is right now. No one can hold the truth for a long time. Oh no. So stay awake. The sun is risen from the east, and the Messiah you're waiting is right here. And no one is gonna try to stop that. I can hear a great call for justice. Freedom, let the sun rise. Freedom for Biafra. Freedom, freedom the Kano. Oh, song of salvation. Freedom, let Africa rise. Freedom for Biafra. Freedom, freedom the Kano. Freedom the Kano. Freedom for Biafra. Freedom the Kano. Freedom Africa. White man fighting for self-determination is celebrated. Black man seeking for self-determination is the separatist and the terrorist. Yeah. When they jail the black freedom fighter, they jail in African freedom. Don't I have rights to my self-determination? Is that a crime? Oh no. Don't I have rights to live? Don't I have rights to express myself? Don't I have rights to speak? Can't I complain if I'm marginalized? The genocide in the land that nobody even cared about. Even when I try to speak, my voice is muted every time. I'm like a slave in my land, I can't take it anymore. I hope the world is listening to my plight. I can hear a great call for justice. Freedom, let the sun rise. Freedom for Biafra. Freedom, freedom the Kano. Oh, the song of salvation. Freedom, let Africa rise. Freedom for Biafra. Freedom, freedom the Kano. Freedom the Kano. Freedom for Biafra. Oh, 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 oh. Freedom the Kano. Freedom Africa. Far away,
Good morning, great Biafrans and lovers of freedom all over the world. My name is Kbaud TARI NEMI, and this is Radio Biafra, Voice of the Coast. Today, we are going to be talking about a topic, something I titled Take Your Freedom. So before we talk about that, we must pray. Father, Lord in heaven, we give you praise. We commit our land, Biafra land, unto your hand. For our land is a holy land, and our fathers have served you generations upon generations. They have served you and they have worshipped you. And on this land we shall continue to worship you, we shall continue to serve you. The enemies that want to take over your land and render it useless and desecrate it, they shall not succeed, because you have raised up men to protect your land. Father, Lord God Almighty, we pray for our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, for wherever he is in the DSS dungeon. We pray that you help him, you strengthen him to be able to face whatever torture or whatever that they are going to be doing to him. Lord, we also ask that you help to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because we know that it is only you and you alone that can do it. We also pray for our men and women that are in detention all over the zoo, people that were even captured on the 26th when the court hearing was to take place. Lord, we pray that each and every one of them will receive their freedom from zoo custody. And we pray for Biafrans all over the world that they remain resolute and they remain strong and focused. No distraction will be able to penetrate our camps. Thank you, our Father. Thank you, Elohim. Thank you, Wingananaway. Ogonomo Kirimotemedao. O Ingimbana. O Ingimbana. Aiba Mbana. Mbana. All this we pray in the name of Tamara Chukokike Abiyama Abasi. You see, more power. Once again, my name is Kbaud TARI NEMI, and I hail from the coastal parts of Biafra land in a town called Odoni. And Odoni, according to the zoo description, is in Sagbama local government, which is in Bayelsa state, which is located in Biafra land. Today we are going to be talking about a topic that I call Take Your Freedom. You know, freedom is not given, freedom is taken. There is nowhere in the world where a people have fought for freedom and that freedom has been given to them. When freedom is given cheaply, then you should suspect that freedom. When freedom is cheap, then know that there is foul play somewhere. You know, when people like Nnamdi Azikiwe Awolowo and the rest of them, they were fighting for the zoo to be free. They fought to an extent, then Britain decided to shift grounds and let them go. They thought they had freedom. Britain made it a little bit cheap for them, so they thought they had freedom. Meanwhile, they didn't know that Britain had already, because the Fulani never fought for freedom. They never fought to be free from British rule. That is why Fulani is still with Britain till today. So Britain looked for those that didn't want freedom to partner with. That is why Nigeria is a zoo today. Because Britain made it a zoo through Fulani. Fulani never fought for freedom. They were okay living under Britain. In fact, when the likes of Azikiwe, Awolowo, and the rest of them in the south, they wanted to live through sometime around 1956, 1957, Fulani were saying that no, they are not ready yet, that they cannot leave. My question is, why did they need to wait for Fulani to be ready? Fulani should have been left with the north as it was, because Fulani was controlling the north. They should have been left with their British overlords until they get ready. So why wait for people that are not ready? The people said that they were not ready for freedom. They should have remained. Why wait for them? Well, Britain had interest. When Fulani said they were not ready, Britain knew for sure that these are the people that they can use. The people were not ready. Britain had to get them ready. The few people that became prime ministers, that was when they now had to go and study in Britain. When other people were fully ready to run their nations by themselves. Those ones that studied at late hour, that Britain groomed for themselves, were the ones that became prime minister. Are you surprised? It shouldn't be. Because they were not, Britain had to use the South stand that if you want true freedom, you have to go for it. You don't have to wait for it. You have to be a go-getter. You have to go after it. You must get this freedom. And you must be disciplined. Discipline is key. In this our movement, discipline is number one. Discipline comes before any other thing. Discipline. We have gotten to this stage because we were disciplined. We have gotten to this stage in this movement because we are disciplined. Discipline has a central role to play in this movement. And we mustn't forget that. So freedom is not given, freedom is taken. And in taking your freedom, you must be ready for anything. You must be ready to give anything, you must be ready to receive anything. You must be ready. You must be ready to go all out to get whatever you want to get. For you to be able to take your freedom, because those that are putting you under bondage, those people are not ready to give you freedom. There is nobody that has slaves that is ready to let the slaves go. Slavery is sweet. It is sweet to put another man under slavery if you don't have conscience. For another man to be serving you, whatever you want, he'll be serving you. He doesn't have a choice of his own. You control him like you would control your toy. It is sweet to the oppressors. Why do you think the oppressors will let you go cheaply? Why do you think so? It doesn't happen anywhere. It has never happened. Anywhere it happens, like I told you, you must suspect it. You must look deep. It is because the freedom of 1960 was a sham freedom. It was just a local rule. Nigeria was still under Britain. It was still a British colony. It was just a local rule. That was what costed Biafra land or Biafrans, and also the soldiers that died in Biafra, the Nigerian soldiers that died in Biafra. That was what costed that war that occurred in 1967 to 70. Because there was no true freedom. Britain was still behind the scene giving ill advice to the people. Some young men that did not understand some deep things concerning the peoples, because they were patriotic, they believed in their country, and they believed they wanted to cause a change. They plotted coup. These young men plotted coup and killed some people. At the end of the day, British press changed it and labeled it an Igbo coup. The genocide, the Biafra genocide, was masterminded by Britain, because it started when Britain labeled that coup an Igbo coup. All the people that died after that coup, they died because British media labeled the coup an Igbo coup. Meanwhile, that coup was not carried out by Igbos alone. It was carried out, it was actually a Nigerian coup, only led by an Igbo from the coast. In his own hometown today, some people, some of them there will tell you that they are not Igbo. But Igbos and non-Igbo Biafrans as well died because the coup was labeled an Igbo coup. Because outside Biafra land, everybody is an Igbo man. Even within the zoo called Nigeria. Outside Biafra land, everybody is Igbo. So when Britain called a coup an Igbo coup, Britain actually said that that coup is a Biafran coup. So other people should hate Biafrans for that coup. Today they talk about hate speech, hate speech, hate speech. That is the beginning of hate speech. That is the beginning of hate speech. They called it an Igbo coup. Britain called that coup an Igbo coup, and that was where the Northerners, other Northerners, being led by the Fulani, started hating the Igbo. Even some Yoruba people, some of them that believed in Akintola, because Akintola was also killed in that coup, some of them that believed in him started hating Igbo as well. They started giving the impression that Igbo wanted power at all costs. Because funny enough, it was an Igbo man, quote unquote, even though today, I as an Igbo man, I am the one trying to convince an Igbo man in Delta State that he's Igbo. I am an Igbo man, I'm the one convincing an Igbo man that is from Delta State that he's Igbo. I do that a lot. I don't condone foolishness. Whenever I meet any of them that tell me they are not Igbo, I don't even give attention to them. I tell them that they are Igbo. You can't tell me you're not Igbo. When I'm a Biafran like you, we know ourselves. I know those that are Igbo and those that are not Igbo in Biafra. So, an Igbo man led the coup. An Igbo man stopped the coup. In fact, if I want to follow the description of the zoo concerning who is Igbo and who is not, I will say a Niger Delta man led the coup and an Igbo man stopped the coup. But who did they blame? They blamed the Igbo man that he is the one that did the coup. Meanwhile, the man that led the coup was a Niger Delta man. Are you following? But who was blamed for the coup? Igbo. Who stopped the coup? Igbo. It was an Igbo man that stopped the coup. But an Igbo man was blamed for the coup. Meanwhile, it was a Niger Delta man that led the coup. For those that want to replace the name Niger Delta to the names of our nationalities in the coast. Of course, we all know there's nothing like Niger Delta. So, if we want to follow the zoo description of things, that is exactly how we should look at it. If we want to follow zoo description, a Niger Delta man led the coup. He led this coup that was comprised of everybody, both Northerners, both Westerners, both Easterners. Everybody in this zoo. It was carried out by young military officers and soldiers, officers and soldiers in the military. Collectively, it wasn't an idea of a particular tribe or a particular ethnic nationality. No, it wasn't. But what did Britain do? Because they wanted to create disunity, division amongst the people. They wanted to come in and have total control. Because when the people had local rule, Britain was beginning to lose influence. So they wanted to come in and have total influence like they have today. So they had to create that deception. They had to create that deception. And said that the coup was an Igbo coup. A lie against the Igbo. They said that the coup was an Igbo coup. And all our people, whether you're Izo, whether you're a PPO, whether you're Efik, whether you're Igbo, whether you're Urubu, irrespective of where you are from, these people were all brutally killed in the north because Britain labeled the coup an Igbo coup. Britain was the first, BBC in particular, BBC, not any other station, not any other media outlet, but BBC. They are the ones that announced that that coup was an Igbo coup. Go and check the records. They were the first to announce that the coup was an Igbo coup. BBC announced that. And that was what caused the riot in the north. And at the end of the day, there was a counter coup. And afterwards, Biafrans were killed in their numbers, which made Biafrans to demand for freedom. And we all know the story that followed. So, freedom is not given. Nobody will give you freedom. If it comes cheaply, then you must respect it. If freedom is cheap, we have been on this movement since 2012, 2013. If freedom is cheap, we would have gotten it a long time ago. The reason we are facing all these hits is because freedom is not a common commodity in Africa. And our people must understand this. You must understand why your case is different in this world. What IPOB wants is total freedom, and total freedom we must get. We are not in for half bread. They say half bread is better than none. We will get the full bread. We are not in for half bread. We are not here for half bread. You know, all those people that come up, Niger Delta this, Niger Delta that, they've been accepting half bread. That is why the coastal region is still in shambles. It's a disgrace to humanity. Go to our communities and you will cry. The coastal region is a disgrace to humanity because they always offer them half bread and they accept it. You're talking about restructuring half bread. What are you restructuring? When you know that the Fulani man's intention is to kill you and destroy you forever. He will never stop. He will never stop until he is stopped. You want restructuring, is that what will stop him? When he has the military, will you restructure the military? You must be dreaming. What we want in IPOB is total freedom for everyone, for the peoples in Biafra land, and for everyone in the zoo. In extension, we want total freedom. We're not here for half bread. We don't have any business with Fulani. We have never had any business with Fulani. And that relationship with Fulani must be cut off. Must. It is not something that we are going to bargain. We are not here to bargain anything like that. That relationship with Fulani must be entirely cut off. At the end of the day, Fulani, if at all they want to come to Biafra land, they must use their visa, and we'll check them very, very well, because on the average, they are terrorists. Now, they are human beings, so it is very possible there are some of them that are not terrorists or that do not believe in that ancient ideology of Uthman Dan Fodio. But we cannot take chances. Most of them are. Most of them believe in it. That is the majority mindset of the Fulani. So, when Biafra is free, we'll check them very, very well before we let them in. Because we do not have any relationship with these people, and these people do not have any relationship with us except to take our land. That is the only relationship these people want to have with us. We have tried to have meaningful relationship with them, but it has only ended in we losing our heads. It has only ended in our people crying, because all our people can see, all our people can get from that relationship is death upon death upon death upon death. They said after the war that there should be NYSC, go and discover other places so that we can become a nation, so that we can actually share ideas and we can fuse to become a nation, because we have never been. We were trying to create something. It sounded reasonable. The people have fought war and there is bad blood between them. So let us mix up. So let us have something called National Youth Service, where the youth can go to these places and discover places, because of course, as time goes on, it is the youth that will become leaders. So they need to understand their different places so that this bad blood will not continue, and it will be easy to learn of our cultures. That was the idea of the National Youth Service. But how did it turn out? The Northerners will be sent to the South, and they'll be treated like angels. The Southerners will be sent to the North, and they'll be beheaded by this same Fulani. What else do we do? How can you have a life with people that all they look for is your head? It has never worked. If something as simple or as easy as the NYSC scheme cannot work, what else can work? When anything happens, the first people they want to look out for to kill are the people serving in their places, the youths serving in the innocent youths, that because government said that they should cohabit with other people. That is the only reason why they are in your states. These people have nothing to do with you. They wouldn't have come there if not for the fact that they were sent to your places because the government said they should be sent there to understudy you and to mix up so that the hatred will stop. What did you do? Instead, you killed them. You went for their heads. That's the reason at the time when I graduated, I ensured I never went to the north, because I knew of all the nonsense that has been going on. I cannot go and give myself to some foolish people. Just go and give myself to some foolish people just like that and be at their mercy. If they want to kill me today, they will just kill me, because I am not I'm not that kind of a person that will just accept your lifestyle by force, or just accept whatever you bring to me just because I'm on your land. So I better not go. Foolish politicians that all they're after is money in their pockets. They'll be coming to talk about unity that, unity this. We have outgrown all that. We have outgrown all those bullshits. And it's not going to work. And that time have passed. We have gotten to a very critical stage in this movement right now. And that is why the Directorate of State of the Indigenous People of Biafra has given the zoo government, the zoo called Nigeria. The DOS has given Nigeria till the 8th of August to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We have given Nigeria the 8th of August to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If they don't, from the 9th of August, Biafra land will be ghost towns. Biafra land will be ghost towns. And this will be enforced. It's a total lockdown. It's a total lockdown. And I want to make this very clear that all those that take pleasure in selling our people, in pointing, your mission is to be using your fingers to point. You always like to be pointing. You want to look for people to point. The game is over. The game is over. You have pointed and pointed and pointed. Now you have pointed our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now it's now the turn of the people to point you. Do not think that when you are pointing, people are not seeing you. Don't think that you are safe wherever you are. Don't think when you point, you are safe. Our people have been quiet, we have been calm for long, but the time of being calm is over. The time to allow saboteurs to have a field day is over. The pointing season is ending now. And for those of you that know how to point, that know how to look for people to point, you want to point. This is where he stays. This is where she stays. Yes, I know him. I know her. You want to point so that they will give you a little egunje. You want to point. You have been given till the same 8. Advise those that have been advising you to point people. Advise them that our leaders should be released. Because as you are pointing, people know you. don't think because you're walking freely, don't think people do not know that you are those that you are the one pointing. We know those that are pointing. So people know you. So do not think that people do not know you. So you too, you have till that 8. You have till that 8. Because when the ghost towns begin, every Mondays, there'll be no work whatsoever. No bank, nothing whatsoever. No movement, nothing will move. On Mondays, from 6 to 6 on Mondays, it will be calm. No movement. And this will be enforced. That is the directive from the Directorate of State. Until the zoo decides to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now, some people will be thinking that, like I saw some people making some useless comments on Facebook and saying that the DA just want to show their strength. People should not obey it. If you're among those that are thinking you don't want to obey this, then it means that you're not with us in this movement. Or you want to advise people not to obey this lockdown, it means you're not with us in this movement. Why do you think the zoo Nigeria do not like Biafra land to be locked down? It is because whenever Biafra land is locked down, they know what they lose economically. They know what they lose economically. Whenever Biafra land is locked down, they lose a lot because they gain a lot from the tax of our people. they gain a lot from the system, from our market system and other businesses. Do not forget, it is not just the markets that have been locked down, because they actually brought it upon themselves. They were the ones that decided to lock down our markets in Imo State. So if you lock down our market, and then we'll lock everything down. And that is what is going to happen from on the 9th if our leader is not released. Because we noticed the foul play, that these people want to take advantage of this, because we were calm and we wanted to see how they are going to handle the case on the 26th of July. So we were calm. And because we were calm, they took advantage of it and decided to play on our intelligence to do us 419. They decided to play a trick to tell us there'll be a court case. Meanwhile, their interest is to secure Anambra election. You want to secure Anambra election, then you're holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You want election, you're holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You think by holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that is when you are going to succeed with your election. Like that useless politician was saying the other day, Chris Ngige, saying that everywhere is now calm now because they have held Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You think everywhere was calm because he held Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Everywhere was calm because GOS asked us to be calm, to watch what you will do with the court case on the 26th. And because you decided to play on our intelligence and to do what you know how to do best, which is to tell lies and to deceive. That is the reason every Mondays will be locked down. And Sabutua is haunted. No Sabutua that their work is to be pointing and to be selling us out. None of you are going scot-free. You must know that there is a cost for everything. For selling people out, there is a cost for it. You are busy pointing people to be killed, to be kidnapped, to be tortured. And you'll be given money. They will give you money. You're busy pointing people, setting people up. And you think you'll be free? You think it will be business as usual? No, that time has come. We have always been talking about it. In fact, I as an individual, for a while, I know how much I've been telling Biafrans that no, the time will come that it is not yet time for the saboteurs to be haunted. But now the time has finally come. The time has finally come. Saboteurs, if you know what is good for you, leave Biafra land now before on the 8th. Leave Biafra land. Maybe leave the zoo entirely. Maybe you might need to leave the zoo entirely and go and hide somewhere where no one will see you. Because people know that you have been pointing. People know you have been pointing. You have been pointing people, and we have many of our people that have been killed. Many of our people that have been tortured, kidnapped and tortured, taken to unknown destinations. Some of them will be killed, and some of them will be thrown into prison for a long time before we'll be able to secure their release. Because one person wanted to point people to make money. You want to make money, you will not go into a reasonable business and do. It is to look for people to point. It is to look for people to point. This is the time for us to cleanse our land. This is the time for us to cleanse our land, and all those whose responsibility it is to lead in this must ensure that they carry out their responsibilities to the end of it, because our land must be cleansed. They cannot hold our leader and people will be having a field day in Biafra land and be talking nonsense like Senator Chris Ngige did. That time is over. The time for people to talk rubbish is over. It will no longer happen again. And all those people that they believe their work is to be pointing people, their time is up. From now, it is our people that will be pointing. So if you know you are among those that have been pointing people, you have to leave Biafra land now, or else you'll be pointed and you'll be hunted down. Biafra land is our land. We are not going to leave our land for the invaders. We are not going to leave our land for the terrorists. We are not going to leave our land for those people that want to ensure that we are exterminated and that our race go extinct. No, it is not going to happen. Else, it is those who are going to start with those amongst us that are helping them to do it. We'll start with you because you have chosen to help foreigners. You have chosen that you must help foreigners to take over our land. And because that is your mission, for us to stop them, we will first of all stop you. We will first of all stop you. So you should know what you're doing. You should find your way out of Biafra land is an advice that I'm giving to you. Find your way out of Biafra land before on the 8th. Because when the ghost towns begin, from them anything can happen to any saboteur, any pointer, anybody whose business is to be pointing people and to be taking money from this new government. I, as an individual, I do not have problem with people that have diverging opinions. You may not believe in the movement. You may not believe in Biafra. That is your own opinion. You may not believe in Biafra. But not you trying to scuttle the movement. That is where we have problem with you. That is where you become a saboteur. Because you have a divergent opinion doesn't mean that you are our enemy. We are fighting for you. You might be foolish. A foolish person doesn't mean that he's an enemy. But where you try to scuttle this movement, where you try to stand in place and say that Biafra will not be restored, that is where you become an enemy. Because I want to make this very, very clear, before some people will say that maybe when some people are being haunted, they will say that, oh, it is because these people have divergent opinions, that they do not agree with the ideology of IPOB. That is why they are being haunted. Nobody will be haunted for their divergent opinion. Because in Biafra land, everybody have their own opinions. Even though it is the general opinion that the opinion that is generally agreed on and accepted that flies. We have not said that our ideology is the best. All we have said is give us referendum. And any Biafran that is standing in the place of our referendum is an enemy. If you say that you want to scuttle this movement that we are not going to go forward, that we're not going to have our freedom, that we must remain in Nigeria, you are an enemy. If you go further to say that you must make yourself available to be pointing people that are sacrificing for you and your generation, then you are an enemy. If you go further to point people and ensure that these people are arrested, kidnapped, tortured, you are an enemy. And your days are numbered. This is not business as usual. Our leader was captured in or rendition or kidnapped or whatever you want to call it in Kenya. And this man was brutally tortured by foreigners. Why? Because some people sold him out. Some in-house people sold him out. Some people that are Biafrans paid money and sold him out. Why? What did the man do? What did he do to you? Because he wants you to be free. Is that the cost of sacrificing yourself and sacrificing your life for your people to be free? And you sell him out, and you want to be working freely, it is not possible, it's not going to happen. That is not going to happen. And anybody that thinks that we are joking should come out on that day, on those days, and see what will happen. This is total lockdown. This is total lockdown. And if you hold any respect or any honor for our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, then you should honor this lockdown, obey the command from the US, so that we can serve you better, so that everything can go the way it is supposed to go, so that Biafra can be restored. If you are standing against this order, you are standing in the way of the restoration of Biafra. You might have your opinion concerning individuals in the US, it doesn't matter. The US have spoken, and it must be carried out. And saboteurs haunted. Do not, anybody that you think holds a divergent opinion, that's that person, because you have a different opinion, it doesn't mean that you are an enemy. You might believe whatever you want to believe, but we are coming after those people that know what they are doing. Those people that know what they are doing, and they are putting their efforts to scuttle this movement. Those are the enemies. Not those people that just maybe come to Facebook and rant or talk rubbish or say their opinion. Opinion, there's nothing wrong with opinions. You must not agree. We must not agree. The fact that we don't agree doesn't mean that we are enemies. You might mean well for me. That is why you're not agreeing. That is your opinion. You think the way we are doing it is not the best way, is not right, and you disagree. So there's nothing wrong with it. But not when you disagree with us being free. There is nothing like that. You not just disagree now, you now take further steps to ensure that we cannot be free, or to ensure that those people that are sacrificing, if you do not agree, keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself and stay on your own. Don't try to make life difficult for those people that are sacrificing themselves, sacrificing their time, sacrificing their money, to ensure that this movement takes the right place, that our people and the generations to come enjoy freedom. Are you cursed? If you are cursed, we will clean you out of our land. Because anybody that is doing that is cursed. Those are the cursed people on our land, and they will be cleansed. Our land must be cleansed. Those people are cursed. Those people are cursed. And it is because of them that we are in this shit. Because if not for people like that, in 1967 to 70, we would have been free. There were some people, Biafrans. They are not non-Biafrans. These were Biafrans. Taken from the coast, taken from the hinterland. What did they do for the zoo? The zoo packaged them and sent them to communities that they are not from, mostly in the coast, to commit atrocities, to wear Biafran army uniform and go to communities in the coast and commit atrocities, so that the people in the coast will turn against Biafra. Because at the beginning of the war, even in the coast, there were more followership to Biafra than to Nigeria. Because the killings went across board. It wasn't just Nigerians, it wasn't just Igbos that were killed. Ijaws were killed, Ibubios were killed, Efiks were killed, Anangs were killed, Urobos were killed, Isokos were killed in the north, Ishekiris were killed in the north. Even the Bini people were killed in the north. In my mother's community, we have record of people that were killed. It's all people that were killed. So there was this compassion for Biafra when Biafra, because this was the reason our people came together and said, our leaders then, those in the Eastern Assembly, they came together and said, Ojukwu, we need to do again, we need to do Nigeria again. We have to leave. Ojukwu wasn't particularly ready to leave then. He still thought maybe there is a way that we can find this thing out. But those in the assembly, in the Eastern Assembly, told him, we must. We don't understand what you're doing. We don't know now whether you now want to romance with the North or you want to romance with Fulani. We don't know your mission. But if you do not come and do the needful now and announce the freedom of Biafra, we are going to pick another leader that will do it. All these things are on record. But what were the lies that they told our people in the coast? That Ojukwu likes power. That Ojukwu wants to, he wants to become an emperor. He wants to rule over them. He wants to dominate them. Meanwhile, people like Franco Pigo were in the Eastern Assembly. But because we do not have a worldwide media outfit like this, there was no opportunity for our people to come and clear things in the air and explain to the people and explain to the world. What they could only hear were news from Nigeria and news from BBC. And BBC is full of lies. Lies then and lies today. BBC is there to manipulate. Why did they recently do BBC Pidgin, BBC Igbo? Initially, there was nothing like BBC Igbo. There was nothing like BBC Pidgin. BBC was only meant for Hausa, where they keep filling the minds of Hausa people that they and Fulani people are one, and giving Fulani people edge. They keep brainwashing common Hausa people with BBC. That's what they were doing. BBC Hausa, very demonic station. very devilish. So now they now have BBC Igbo and BBC Pidgin. BBC Igbo, practically for the Igbo-speaking Biafrans, mostly in southeast and the rest in the coast. BBC Pidgin is for the coast of Biafra because Pidgin English is mostly spoken in coastal Biafra. You know, Pidgin English is a form of English that was coined by slaves, and the coast of Biafra was the heart of slave trade, if not in West Africa. There were lots of slave ports, slave trade ports, and slave trade routes in the coast of Biafra. So Pidgin English is the order of the day. So when you hear, because there's no particular language that they can pick out that will cover the whole of the coast of Biafra, so they decided to use Pidgin. That Pidgin is aimed at getting to the coast of Biafra, because for other people that will not understand Igbo, so that they will use the opportunity to squeeze the minds of people as well, like they did in the 60s. But what they don't know is that in the 60s, we didn't know all their tricks. But today, we know all their tricks, all their tricks. Anyone they dish out, we will give it back to them. Anyone they dish out, we will give it back to them. All their tricks we know. This one that they are doing recently, whereby they are playing a double game. You are neither here nor there, and you behave as if you're for us. You behave as if you're not for us. We understand all those games. We know that you are the one, you are the brain behind what the zoo is doing to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Britain, we know. We know that you're the one doing it. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu might be a citizen, but what he's doing is against what the corrupt class of British politicians want. There are many good British people, very many good, as in many of them are good people, far better than most of our people. I assure you that. Many British people, there are many of them that are good. Some of them are even in our movement to ensure that we are free. They are not Africans. They don't share the same black skin like we do. They are not even Israelis, whereby we say that, okay, we have ancient relationship together. These are pure white people, British people. Some of them are in this movement to ensure that we are free. They are good people. But those that control the center, those that control their system, their government, they are evil. And their heart is so filled with darkness. They are evil, highly evil people. And they are very deceptive. If you do not understand them, you will just be fooling yourself. Very deceptive. Very, very, very deceptive. But however they bring it, we give it to them. Boom. However they bring it, we give it to them. Right now, we'll be opening the lines for people to call in. Be opening the lines for people to call in. So you can call in now if you already know the line to call. But the line to call is +48 579 201 506. I take it again, +48 579 201 506. Please, when you're calling, don't spend too much time talking. 3 minutes is okay for you to pass your whatever you have to say to the world. Okay. And if I notice that you are going beyond the time, I will stop you, and I will not want you to take offense with that, but I will stop you so that other people will also have the opportunity. Sometimes because of some people that spend too much time talking, other people that have some very reasonable things to say will not be able to come in and also contribute what they have to contribute to this discussion. So I will advise that you just go brief, go straight and hit your point. Okay? Go straight and hit your point. Hello, good morning and welcome to Radio Biafra Voice of the Coast. Your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, Mazi, Terry, thank you for picking my call. How are you?
I am doing very well. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's your brother Maja Kas. I'm calling from Austria, and by the special grace of God, I am IPOB National PRO.
That's
Mazi,
good.
Yeah, Mazi, thank you so much, my brother. You are doing great. And Mazi, it's like you're a prophet. Yesterday, your program yesterday, at the end of the evening of your broadcast yesterday, something new happened. The press release of DOS concerning what is going to take place in Biafra land, because our people, we are like angry that DOS is not doing what they're supposed to do. But thank God that now DOS have done that which everybody has been expecting from them. And now is the time we are going to know those who is going to accept this gospel or those that are going to go against this gospel. We must, as we Biafrans have gave Nigerian government to release our leader from now to the 8th of August. If they fail to do it, we are going to comply to make sure that every Monday, every beginning of every new week, Monday, we are going to shut Biafra land down. And we are warning now. Our people should be very careful. For those that will say, nobody told me, you have enough time. You have 2 weeks to get yourself ready to pass the information. Call your brother, call your sister, call your uncle, call your aunt, call everybody you can call to let them know that from 9 of next month, we are going to sit at home completely shut down. And this time around is not something, there is no excuse. Those of you who said you love Martin Namdekano, those of you who said Martin Namdekano when he give us order, those of you who love Biafra, those of you who have been doing everything necessary to make sure that Biafra will come, the time is now. We must prove to the world that Martin Namdekano is fighting for us, that this man has given everything for us. Must comply this press release from DOS. Anybody, if you go against this order, if you go against this order, you are the enemy of the people. Just like we said, Mazi, those of them that have been pointing our people, this time we are going to point them. If you fail to comply in this order, anywhere we catch you, if we get you outside on that blessed Monday, we will show you that all these people that have been dying, they are not dying for nothing, dying for our sake. We can never, all these protests you see going all over the world for the sake of a leader and the restoration of their people are not living their work. People are not to this restoration, people are not sweating for mistake. So people should be mindful of this, starting from 9th of August, that we must obey. We must prove to the world that we want Biafra. It doesn't matter who you are, whether you are a governor, whether you are a politician, Whether you are in Senate, it doesn't matter who you are. This order must carry out. This is where we stand, and no going back. We've been waiting for this order, and the order has been given. Nobody has any excuse to give in this order. If you don't comply with us, we will see you as our enemy, and we will hurt you. It doesn't matter who you are, we will hurt you, because we are already a dead people. We are no more living. This life we are living now, it doesn't matter to us anymore. Please, we are begging our people to make sure that this order will be carried successfully, so that the world will know we are not joking. Master TARI, I thank you for the work you are doing for our people, and I will never forget to thank our people that came to the last protest we have here in Oslo on 25th. I thank everybody that came to this protest, and we must continue to protest until our leader, Master Nandikanu, will be released unconditionally. Because this extraordinary rendition that Kenya government and Nigerian government carried against our leader is the worst thing that can happen to any human being. And we will not keep quiet. We will not keep quiet. They come out successfully. Master, thank you for picking my call. My blessing, my brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. God bless you. Yes, if you're calling, you can call. Open for all those that want to call. I can see some people that tried calling while the caller was on air, and you can still call back. And before we round up today's program, okay? So everyone must understand that the DOS means well, and what we are doing, we are putting everything together to ensure that our leader is freed. Hello, good morning and welcome to Radio Biafra, Voice of the Coast. Your name and where you calling from?
My leader, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yes, I will remain anonymous. My leader, my African rep, a very good morning to you. Use my 3 minutes very wisely. Let me start by saying your topic is very good, and I want to remind our people from the coast one thing this morning. Don't follow Edwin Crack. I don't know the type of name that our brother is after, our elder.
It's a slave name. It's a slave name. That name is not an Islam name. It's not African. It's a slave name.
Yes. So you know the question that I want to ask the people from the coast, please. Clear question. What do you think about Biafra? Are you part of it? Do you know what this elder says at his age? Hey, is Biafra older than and then you know that when he said that, I pinched myself and I asked myself, so we still have elderly people that can speak this way. The Biafra you are saying they are no older than it. Who was the man who named Biafra? Is it not your brother? So who is Biafra? So have you not relegated Biafra to be Igbo? The Igbo speaking Biafra. Where do you get this rationale that Biafra is the people from the hinterland? Because it was your brother who gave Gojuku this name. Why are you talking about is the Biafra older than? So who is Biafra and who is Ijo? Because the man was telling Ojuku the history, and he told him that our name is so name. And somebody that is old, like, so now I want our people in the coast to participate in what we are doing now. The stage we are now is a very critical age. Time. Let me talk to some few people. Our market people. They say the word that is given a date, it does not eat the blinder or the cripple. You are blind and cripple at the same time. Go and buy guns and give to your people to protect their families and themselves. You want to know how to use it? Call maybe Radio Biafra, go to YouTube.
It doesn't matter. It can be Eastern Security Network before you use it. But I still call on our youth to go and join Eastern Security Network. That time is here. My leader, you said now your topic is that it's time to take freedom. The time to take that freedom we're talking about is here. Whether you're from the coast of Oriental land, don't go and fool yourself by listening to somebody who's there and what you to be given to Fulani. The interland people, you know that oil is not our problem or any of these things. We want freedom because we will not be using oil to do anything. Are we part of 1% or 2%? But we are doing very well. We want you, we want everybody. We have families for crying out loud. Participate in this thing. Go and prepare. We are starting this thing now. You know what, my leader? You know we are not going to interpret this lockdown. This lockdown, we don't want to interpret it. But we are just saying everybody. Because when Fulani was killing, they were killing everybody. Even 1966, that crew where you talk about. My leader, let me ask you. Who was the person who was leading that crew? What is his name?
Nzogu.
Where is he from?
He's on Delta State.
Is it from Igbo? So-called, is it from, yeah, it's a so-called Igbo. So why somebody in Delta State will be saying, I'm not Japan? So don't fool yourself. This time
thank you. The same Edwin Clark is from the same state as Nzogu. Edwin Clark said that Delta State is not Biafra. But it is because of Nzogu that war occurred. It is because of Nzogu that all the people that died. And it is from the same state, his own state, that he is claiming today is not Biafra. Continue, my brother.
Thank you. You know, you said the same by saying they are from because we are all the same. It's just this name, this slave name they are trying to divide us. So now, what I'm calling other people that I want to talk to, our youth, the kidnappers, the time for kidnapping don't reach. Beat and kidnap our leaders together with Kenya. The same way they do us, we go do them. Make una remember say this war. You don't go be only Biafra land. It will happen for Britain. It will happen for Kenya. If Britain no listen to this our mandate, go and release our leader. If they think our people in Britain are going to be sleeping, and they slaughter 5 million the way they slaughter it, we saw the news of people who are saying, no, we want this oil. Because of this oil, we are going to kill everybody. We saw that white man saying it in Parliament for UK. Now 5 million was killed. You didn't pay us compensation. You didn't do anything to us. You want to do it again. Biafrans in London, Biafrans in America, Biafrans all over the world, in Kenya. This is the reason why God sent you to that place. Listen to the voice of God. God sent you to that place to bring this freedom to your people. Many people are going to even bomb themselves inside the parliament for Britain. That is my 3 minutes. So,
thank you very, very much, my brother. God bless you. That's a very wonderful contribution. That's a wonderful contribution to this program today. And the lines are open. If you want to call in, you can call in and give us what you have to say. It is very important that our people from the coast to the hinterland, every part of Biafra land, that you obey this lockdown order. It is very important that you obey this lockdown order. Very, very, very important. Except you enjoy what they are doing to our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If you want our leader to be free, if you want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to leave that DSS dungeon and be free, you should obey that order of Monday lockdown. And I want to use this opportunity to talk to our people. If peradventure you noticed that a particular state whatsoever, maybe on the first day, the compliance was not as you expected, don't begin to get don't begin to get offended or go to social media and begin to talk rubbish. is that everywhere, every state, every city will comply. At the end of the day, everybody will comply. I assure you of that. There will be compliance because our people want freedom. This is the time for our people to show to the world that they want freedom. And of course, we are going to enforce it as well. Of course, it is going to be enforced. The lockdown, of course, is going to be enforced. And nothing, there will be no business. There will be no business. And the time will come where this will affect every form of business. Every form of business. It doesn't matter whether it is British investment business, American investment business. Every form of business on Mondays, no business. Nothing. Lockdown. Nothing will go on. It will get to that point. Not even oil. Nothing. Hello, good morning and welcome to Radio Biafra Voice of the Coast. Your name and where you calling from?
African. Good morning from here.
Good morning, my brother.
Nair is calling from Russia. I thank you for the good work that you are doing for Biafrans. God will reward you and your family.
Yes, sir.
I greet our leader, Mazin Nandekano. May God grant him freedom so that he will come and finish his work that God sent to him to do for people of Biafra. We are happy. We are very, very happy for the lockdown so that the zoo will know that we are serious to restore the kingdom of God here on earth. So our people should comply. There's no excuse. There's nothing remaining than to lock down everywhere, both bank, whatever. Everybody should go and sit down. And I are urging our brothers and sisters in the world, they should support their families and call their family. They should obey the order so that our leader can come out freely in time so that we start where he stopped. Well, these people that they call themselves South, Southeast, Niger Delta, Bayelsa, Rivers, please, you people should mind that this fight is for all of us. Not the one Enugu will close, Onitsha will close, all this side will close, all this nonsense. We don't want it this time around. We want to lock down in every Southeast. We are one people. We are not different people. Not that a week will come out and be giving his own order. We don't want to hear that. Everywhere is total lockdown. We want to be free from Janjaweed. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, and continue your good work.
Thank you. Thank you very much. God bless you. The lines are still open if you want to call in. The lines are open for you to call and give your contribution. It is time. The time is ripe for us to take our freedom, to take our destinies into our hands. Nobody is going to do it for you. Nobody will do it for you. You have to do it yourself. You have to stand up yourself. You have to take the bull by the horn. You have to stand out and ensure that your land is free and that you are free. And how are you going to do that? The US says lockdown every Monday. Lockdown every Monday. No business. Nothing. Locked down. Everything locked down on Mondays. Locked down. When you come out on Mondays, after on the 9th, after on the 8th, from on the 9th, if you come out on Mondays to do your work and anything can happen. We are not going to be responsible for whatever happens. We are not going to be responsible for whatever will happen to you or your business or whatever. There instruction has been given that everyone on Mondays, for us to have our leader to be free, every business, everything must be locked down, must shut down every Monday. Businesses must shut down. People must not move. You don't have to travel. If you want to travel before then and arrive wherever you want to go to. Locked down. Hello, good morning and welcome to Radio Biafra Voice of the Coast. Your name and where you're calling from? Yeah, good morning.
Yes, my name is Nkoti. I'm calling from Ghana, the National PRO of Ghana. I have been trying your old line. It was not great. I don't know if you changed it.
Okay, sorry, it has been changed.
Okay.
And even this one, that's why you have to be following up. Even this one very soon will also be changed. So
okay,
yes, don't get too comfortable with one.
Okay. Okay. My name is Biafrans. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, great Biafrans all over the world. My name is Nkoti. Nkoti is from Ohadi, Ebema, in Imo Province, Biafra land. I'm calling from Ghana. Mazi, really, I want to appreciate our DOS for the memo that they released yesterday. It's a very good, welcome development. But I want to urge Biafrans in Biafra land, it should be as a campaign. You know, it's not that they should be as evangelists. It's not that they will gather to go and evangelize. No. In Christian, there's something they call one by one evangelism, one on one. So they should, everybody, as long as a member of IPOB, even though that you're not, but you want freedom, because you know that many people want freedom, but they never join IPOB. Anywhere you go, make sure you tell people that starting from 9th of August, as long as the zoo have not released our great leader Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, that everywhere be shut down on Monday. You know, people may see it as a childish play, but it's not a childish play. Watch and see what will happen. You know, the zoo, they are not comfortable anytime we declare sit at home. But this one that is now regularly every Monday, we have a sit at home every Monday. It will affect them economically. You know, the economy of the zoo is already done. Then we have introduced ghosts every Monday, every blessed Monday, as long as our leader is still in detention in the DSS dungeon. Every Monday will be locked down, totally locked down. So I want to urge all the IPOs, all the Biafrans, you know, both the ones outside the world as we are. All of us, we have families back home. What will you call your people? Tell them that, see, from Monday, starting from 9th of August, that every market should shut down. Anything they want to buy, they should buy it Saturday and Sunday. Then Monday, everyone should be at home. Everyone should stay at home. And let them see the miracle of Chukwu Kadama, because I believe Chukwu Kadama is about to do a great miracle. And also, all the saboteurs, it's a hunting season also for the saboteur. Ishi Kage, that you have a two-head, come out to come and open your shop after 8th of August, that you're not a Biafra. Come out. Even we want to tell the other people living, because we know that it's not everybody living in Biafra land are Biafrans, yes, but you need to obey our law, because our people in the north, anytime they're doing anything in the north and tell them to stay indoor, they obey. You know, you need to obey the law of the land. So this lockdown is the law of Biafrans for now until our leader is released. So are you as a foreigner, we here outside Biafra land, we obey the law of the government. So you need to obey our law as people that are not Biafrans in Biafra land. So you need to obey it. Then I want to tell people in Ghana, if a Biafra in Ghana, you never join IPOB, you never, help, ESN and what they are doing, the good work they are doing, you can come and join us. Now is the time to support ESN. Now is the time. If you don't know the person to contact, please call me. I will direct you on how you will do it. I will direct you. So call me on this number, or you want to join IPOB. If you never join, you are in Ghana, you want to join IPOB in Ghana, no matter the part, if you're in Kumasi, Takrade, Bogosu, Takwa, we are all over Ghana. It's not only in Accra. just call me. I'll give you direction and on how to get. Reach me on this number 023 85 661 64 023 85 661 64. So, Mazi, I want to appreciate it, and I pray for our own and the Kano that Chukwu Kabama will keep him, nothing will happen to him. No eyes of the enemy shall see him until he comes out with the Biafra flag, and we all rejoice from there to Biafra land. May also God give our DOS. They can never make a mistake. DOS can never make a mistake. Chukwu Kabama will continue to give them more wisdom. Every blessed day, will give them an extra wisdom to lead us as our leader is in dungeon. Thank you, Mazi, my Africa rep, Chukwu Kabama. Bless you as you continue in this work. I sign off from here. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you. That's a nice one. And I can see someone else is still trying to call. If you want to call in, the lines are open. You can call in now and give your contribution. You can call in and give your contribution. So as we have been saying, this is the time for us to take our freedom by ourselves, take the bull by the horn, and take your freedom. This is the opportunity. This is the opportunity of our people. And, you know, some people have been calling for protest. There are different forms of protest. There is the protest of coming to the streets, carrying placards, and all of that. That is a form of protest. Okay? There is the protest like the other one I talked about. Is it the other, some, yesterday or some days back? There's a protest of that the unknown government have been doing. That is their own form of protest. Okay, that they are protesting, attacking some places, and do not forget, in these attacks, some of them are being killed. These are just people. These are just citizens that decided to carry on things in their own way to express their feelings to the world. That is their own form of protest. And it doesn't seem to me like if the zoo have given us referendum that such protests are going to continue. Of course, it's not going to continue. The land is ours. Nobody can come and just be running rampage on our land. We'll stop them. We'll stop the unknown government, but we cannot stop people when we know that this is the people that they are just trying to protest. We can't say, oh, yes, every unknown government in our want to stop. Why should we do that? When we are even the ones that have been terrorized the most by the police and the zoo. So why should we stop unknown government? We can't stop them. It's their form of protest. But because we don't stop them, they are the zoo is using their media and everything to say that IPOB is the one doing unknown government. That is their form of protest. Okay? Even this lockdown is a form of protest. I will continue. Let me pick this call. Hello, good morning and welcome to Radio Biafra Voice of the Coast. Your name and where you're calling from?
Thank you, sir, for picking my call. I've been having a challenge with network on my phone too, so I just want to go straight to the point. Please, if you have this beginning to see that his presence is nowhere to be found, know that he's one of them. And not just only that, that we keep our ears on air to hear.
Wow. The network is still a challenge. Please and please just do me a voice note of what you want to say. I can see you have a voice note here. I don't know if it is okay for me to listen to it. Or you can do me a voice note, or if I can play this one, what you have here. I don't know if it is meant for the public or and all that. If I can play it, then it is okay. I I will play it. You can just tell me, can just chat me if I can play what you have here, or you do a fresh one, so that the world can get what you have to tell the world this morning. So as I was saying, this lockdown is a form of protest. In fact, in my opinion, is the highest form of protest that we can actually do to the zoo right now, because what the zoo has been using to terrorize us, they have been using their police, their army, and all of that, and all these security agencies are being paid with money. If there is no money to pay their security agencies, the security agents will go back home. They will go to their houses. They will have no jobs, and when they have no jobs, there will be nobody to terrorize us. And we'll also be making life easy for those that go about doing unknown government activities, because they'll have no police to kill again. So or no police to attack, because sometimes when they attack police, the police fight back, and they also receive their end of it. Okay, because when two people that have guns fight, and definitely they will use their guns against each other, the ones with the upper hand will might win. It doesn't mean that the ones with the lower hands will not also sustain some form of injury. Okay, and sometimes maybe the police can even have upper hand sometimes, as the case may be. That is exactly how all these things with guns and all that is how they operate. That's how they work. So if there is no money to pay police, to pay army, and they will relax, there will be no police, there will be no army anymore. So it is the economy. That same economy is what they use. That same economy is where they derive money to be able to pay politicians and to be able to pay all those people that appoint people. It is from the same economy. So shutting down Biafra land every Mondays, it is shutting down the zoo economy every Mondays. You can imagine in a month, in some months, we'll have like 5 Mondays, 4 Mondays, as the case may be. So it means that in 1 month, the zoo will not get, they won't do business in certain parts of the zoo in Biafra land for about 4 to 5 days out of the days in the month. Do you know how much they make from Biafra land in a day? They make lots of money, and this money they use it to oppress our people. They use it to oppress us. They use it to kill us. They use it to bribe those that wants to be bribed. So what we are doing is to sit at home. Then we used to sit at home. There were times where there were years where we used to sit at home like once in a year, and the zoo will be crying. But now, that thing that they are avoiding for once in a year, we are going to be giving it to them 4 to 5 times in a month. If they are crying for once in a year, that our people sit at home for once in a year. And I want to urge Biafrans all over the zoo. This sit at home order, even though it is given for Biafra land, if you're in other parts of the zoo, if it is the role of the zoo that these things are obeyed, then it is going to go a long way to tell the world how much our people are angry and how much our people want the freedom of our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Let me play this brother's stuff.
Hello, dear friends. This is Sonia Muchechu calling you from Iguacha, but I think now I'm residing in Amba. I just want to thank every dear friends. I just want to let us know that if peradventure you have a neighbor or any, okay, let me just go straight to the point. Even if you have a principal officer within you that you would not see his presence or her presence, within this moment, please know that the internal saboteurs has beginning to go on exile, like our TARI just said this morning. Just find your way and walk away. But if you know that you are not a saboteur, please, begin now to communicate with other principal officers. Begin now to tell them how you can meet up together on that fateful day, and we will all get down together, because those people think we are cowards. They think we talk too much. It's time to tell Jesus to hold on. Let us do the physical thing like Moses and Aaron. Thank you, dear friends. I don't have much to say, but however, to them also who have been questioning the authorities of IPOP leadership, please let me ask you something. Has any sabotage, by any country been done and they are exonerated, without a penalty? The answer is no. So if you think whatever you're doing to stop us is good for you and your family, go ahead and do it. But at the end of the day, you will use your tongue to count your teeth. We don't have strength, but the little we have, him who seeth from the spirits will lead us through. Thank you, dear friends. I remain Sonia Muchechuku. Ndana Barimadu. Bye from here.
Okay, that is from our brother that was having challenge with his network. That is from our brother that is having challenge with his network. So that is his own contribution. That is his own message for our people this morning. And like as I was saying, there are different forms of protest. We started this movement by protesting on the streets and carrying placards and telling people that yes, we want referendum, we want Biafra. The zoo came up and started killing us because we were asking for referendum, we were asking for freedom. We did this for many years until we had to stop the street protest because of our innocent people that are dying without any cause. So right now, if you're calling, please just call, because okay, if you're calling, just do well to call now, or else after now I'll round up. Hello, good morning and welcome to Radio Biafra Voice of the Coast. Your name and where you're calling from, and please, you have just 3 minutes for your contribution. Hello? I can't hear you. I do not know if you can hear. Oh, guess he's having challenge with his network. Maybe he will call back before we round up. If he doesn't, it should be another day. So this lockdown is a form of protest, and this is the angle. This is where we have gotten to right now, and everyone must obey it. It is very important. It is very essential that at this point in time you obey this order that has come from the DS, and it will be carried out successfully. And when the zoo, do not forget, when the zoo, some of these politicians who want to influence, I want to see that this lockdown is not carried out. Do not let yourself be among those that they are going to convince, because anybody that wants to convince you to come out that day and do whatever that they want you to do your business, however they want you to do it, just know that that person is an enemy, is your enemy. Hello, good morning and welcome to Radio Biafra, Voice of the Coast. Your name and where you're calling from? Hello.
I'm having network. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, but your voice is breaking.
Yeah, no problem.
Yes, I know, it's obvious. What you can do is
Okay.
Your network is still giving a challenge. What you can do, just drop a voice note. Let it be very brief. 2 minutes voice note. Let it be very brief so that I will just play it here because I'm rounding up. Okay, so that we don't waste much time here. Do you understand? I'm not sure whether he got what I was saying, but I have very, very few minutes for me to round up this program for today. If I do not get his voice notes in the next 2 minutes, then I will round up the program. So, as I was saying, this is where we have gotten to. Anybody that advises you to come out on that day is your enemy. It's not just the enemy of Biafra, it's your enemy as well, because he is setting you up. He is telling the world that you are against the freedom of your people. So when you begin to listen to advice of people that want to tell you to come out and work on that day, then you are listening to the wrong advice. Because the lockdown will be enforced by our able ESN. The lockdown will be enforced by our men. And if they find you disobeying it, then it means that you have actually obviously come out in the open to tell us that you have a different motive, that you do not want our leader to be free, that you want him to continue to be in the DSS dungeon, that you want him to be traumatized, that you want him that you want DSS to break him as they have suggested they would. Okay, let me play this briefly.
Good morning, TARI NEMI. This is Nnamdi. I'm calling you from Amba. I just want to say thank you for your good work. The work you are doing in our land here in the coastal region. You are doing amazing work. Dear friends, we have been saying that we don't know what to do, but today we are so glad that the order has been given from 9th of next month. If they did not release our leader, we will have no choice than to start shutting down the land of Biafra. So I'm calling on every Biafrans to brace up, for the time is now. It is now or never. We must do all we can to restore our nation Biafra. Let our people, whoever knows what he can do to get us Biafra, you are free to do so. The order has been given. My fellow Biafrans, don't be discouraged. Our leader will be fine, and God will bless every single one of us. In Chukwukikabiama's name I pray, you see?
You say, and that brings us to the close of today's program. Thank you very much. I am your host. My name is Kbaud TARI NEMI, and this is the end of today's program for Radio Biafra, Voice of the Coast. God bless you and stay resolute.
It's time to break loose from the chains. It's time for our freedom. Africa. revelation, they go share up.
Peace must be our goal and our guide. And all that we strive for as a human family, dignity and hope, progress and prosperity, depends on peace. But peace depends on us.
Good morning, Africa. Good morning, the world, wherever you are in the world. Thank you very much for watching Punchline Africa television. This is the only television in the world, in Africa, in Sub Saharan Africa, that talks about Africa. What ails Africa? What kills Africa? Where are we? Why are we the continent with perennial conflicts? Why are our people abusing human rights? Why are people being killed? Why is there Boko Haram? Why is there Al-Shabaab? Why is there a war in northern Mozambique? Today, from Cairo to Cape Town, Dar es Salaam to Lagos, Lagos to Abuja, Abuja to Port Harcourt, Gabon. Today, from Maputo to Rwanda, Kinshasa, Accra, Tripoli. What is happening in Tripoli makes Africa look a very bad continent. My show this morning is a simple show. I'm going to see what we can do for Africa. I have stood firm for the last 5 years. I've stood firm on this television station, stood by the people of Biafra. I am not going to be intimidated, but I will ask the questions that are supposed to be asked. General Buhari has not answered my questions for the last 5 good years. I have sent messages for them to answer why people in that great nation of Africa, with a population of 220 million people, why are people dying? Why are human rights abuse taking place? Why are tribes, the Fulani killing the Igbo, Christians being killed by Islamists, Boko Haram taking people, taking abducting young girls who should be in school. I want General Buhari. I am a general. I left the army with a rank lower than yours. But that to struggle, the struggle for my country. We shook hands and we left. But I want to ask a question.